Hey there, Algebra 2 guys. I super miss you. I wish we were together doing this, but here we go. Our next topic, and I'm not even kidding, is exponential growth. So places where you see exponential growth, cells that divide every hour, population growth, and the spread of contagious diseases. So the first thing we're going to look at is graphing, like we always do. So here's a graph of exponential growth. This is the equation y equals 2 to the x. Notice you can plot the points. So when x is 0, we have 2 to the 0, any number to the 0 power, 1. And then we take that number and we multiply it. 2 to the 1, 2. 2 squared, 4. 2 to the third, 18. And notice it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. One might say it grows exponentially. Then, if we look at the negative values, x to the negative 1, that's 2 to the negative 1. That's a fraction 1/2. X to the negative 2, that's 1 over 2 squared, or 1 over 4. So here's our exponential graph. Now, there are some key features to exponential growth. And the first one you might notice is that we get negative as x gets to be a more and more powerful negative number. We get closer and closer to 0. So we have an asymptote at 0. Vocab alert, asymptote. An asymptote, notice there's a P there, but it's silent. You don't say asymptote, it's asymptote. An asymptote is when your function gets really close to a line. Basically, it's so close to the line we can't even tell the difference. But when you have an asymptote, your function just like gets super close to it. We also have an anchor point. The anchor point for this function is 0, 1, okay? Because any number to the 0 power is obviously 1, except 0, exception. It's windy. Now, our general form of the function is y equals a times b to the x. So before, when we were graphing 2 to the x, we had a little invisible 1 right there. So let me tell you about a. A is the initial value. So before, our initial value was 1, so our anchor point was 1. Now our anchor point is going to be 0a, whatever a is. And b is the growth factor. So that's the number that we always multiply by, because b is the base of the exponent. B is the base of the exponent. B is the number that we multiply by. So here it is. When graphing y equals a to the b, y equals a times b to the x, remember the key features. We've got an asymptote at y equals 0. We've got an anchor point at our initial value, 0a, and we have a growth factor of b. The other thing I want you to do is plot points. Now, pause the video and graph y equals 2 to the x. I'll wait. Did you do it? Here's what I got. Notice we've got our asymptote, an anchor point at 0, 2, because our initial value is 2, and here is my table. All right, guys, I love and miss you. This was really hard. I hope I get better at it. Okay, bye.